Hey guys, it's Billy. So, first of all, I want to apologise for my video being late again. The past week I've been feeling like out of sorts and I've been feeling a little iffy and I had a touch of the cold. I think you can still hear it in my voice a little bit. Um, so I want to just apologise for that again. Um, Today's video is just going to be like an update on my diabetes and let you guys out there um, let you guys know like how I'm doing, and if you're like been going through the same thing as I have with the diabetes, maybe what I'm going to tell you, how things have changed with my insulin and stuff, that might help you guys. So anyway, I went to my appointment last week at the hospital, and I had an appointment with this doctor. I thought it was the diabetes nurse, but it wasn't. It was just a doctor who wanted to chat, and I got some blood taken and I got my weight checked, and my weight's gone up a little bit more. I'm up to 10 stone 2. I used to be 11 stone and I dropped from that down to 9.2 or 9.3 or something I was, and now I'm back up to 10 stone 2, which is really good. So on the up. So I did however speak to the diabetes nurse that day because I had missed an appointment with her before, and and the dietitian nurse as well. I spoke with her, but she was just wanting to check up on, see how I'm doing with my foods and stuff. And as I've said in past videos, like about my diabetes and the food and sugary foods and all that, I've said before that I haven't been eating a lot of sugar. So I was just telling her the same thing. Like I was just telling her that I've still not taken sugar in my tea. I'm still not eating so much sweets now as I did. Actually, like I'm eating like I'm still eating like sugar-free cookies, still drinking sugar-free juice, but I'm not drinking anything like with sugar in it, or any sweets with sugar in it, or anything like that, or any chocolate. Well, I can't lie. I've had like a couple of squares of a Cadbury's chocolate bar, but that's about it really. Um, but So I spoke to this doctor, and he was like asking me questions, and he was just asking me how things were going with the diabetes, and I was telling him that I think the insulin or the diabetes is affecting my epilepsy really bad, and I'm actually getting worse with epilepsy because of the diabetes. And they thought maybe, well, we should take, well, he didn't say specifically himself, he was just kind of writing down, what I was kind of saying, or information or whatever he thought. He was just taking on from what I was saying. Um, so I had a little chat with him, and like I was sitting there, and I felt like this heat, and I was just like, I was like, my focus was going in and out. It was like something from a cartoon. It was like whoo, whoo, and it was quite freaky, because I actually thought I was going to go into an epileptic fit. So I'm sitting there like this, trying to focus on what he's saying to me, and like my ears as well were going like sound. It was like loud one second, and it'd be like just like whispers the next. And I was like really trying to listen to the questions he was asking me, and I was trying to answer them the best I can. So so I did that anyway. I spoke to him and things were fine. I told him that I'd missed an appointment with the diabetes nurse, so he spoke to her and she spoke to me about 5-10 minutes after I'd seen him, and I was speaking to the dietitian nurse at the same time. But like I say, I was just telling her the same. Like still not taking sugar in my tea, still not taking sugar on my cereal, cornflakes, Rice Krispies, etc. And I'm also eating cereals with no sugar on it. Like I'm not eating Frosted Flakes or anything like that. So anyway, I was speaking to the diabetes nurse, and I was telling her the same, and she had said that the doctor had spoke to her and he had told her that I was telling him about the insulin and the diabetes affecting my epilepsy worse, and it was making my fits a lot stronger, and I'd been taking a lot more epileptic fits because of my diabetes. And so I was having a little chat with her, and she was just asking me how things were going on, and I told her that, you know, because like in my 24 insulin pen I was taking like 14 units, and in my 5 a day insulin I was taking like 8 units and sometimes 6. And she was saying, no, well, the doctor was saying that your epilepsy has gotten worse with the diabetes, and she says, well, I think we should maybe give you less units in your insulin and see how that goes. So I was like, okay. So I'm trying out that now. I'm actually down to 7 units in my 24-hour insulin pen, sorry. And I'm now in the insulin pen I take like 3 or 4 times, sometimes 5 times a day. I'm taking now 3 to 4 units. But she did say, the diabetes nurse did say that the taking low units of the insulin could make my bloods go higher, but I've just got to keep on top of that, so I'm doing my best with that. I must say, I still get like blurry vision from time to time, but it's not as bad as dropping like really bad and then knocking me into a fit. But I've still been feeling like the feeling of going to take a fit, and still feeling like that, like just feel like the feeling of passing out. I still get that from time to time. I don't know if that's because the units in my insulin are too low, but I'm only taking like 3 to 4 units now when I'm eating like any kind of food. So I'm working on that at the moment, and if I get any side effects from like having too low of insulin, obviously I will make another video and let everyone know, because I am doing this diabetes diary at the moment to help other people with diabetes, and I'm hoping these videos will help you. So like I say, if any of you guys that are out there who are starting on insulin at the moment, and you're in the same position as me, and you feel like you're on a high dose and it's like knocking you for 6 or making you feel faint, or if you have epilepsy and you feel like it's like your sugar levels are just going really low and going to put you into an epileptic fit, then you should speak to your doctor about that. See about getting, if your insulin is too high, try and get it reduced and see if that helps. It's actually working for me at the moment, so this is why I'm suggesting it to you. I did speak to my own GP, my doctor, and I spoke to them about the diabetes as well, being really bad on my epilepsy, and how my epilepsy has been really bad since the diabetes also. So they're going to send a letter to the hospital at the neurologist clinic to send me up there to speak to a doctor who can raise my medication up for my epilepsy, because the 100 milligrams or 100 grams tablets that I'm taking just now is not doing very well. I'm still feeling the effects of the epilepsy coming on a lot. So this is why I'm getting my medication put up for that as well. I'm actually on 100 grams, like I just said. It's like 50 in the morning and 50 at night, which is like 2 tablets in the day and 2 tablets in the night. So they're going to send me up to the hospital, so I'm hoping I get a hospital appointment soon, so I can get that sorted out and get that dealt with, so both my diabetes and epilepsy can be like stabilized together, because I would like that. Also, I just want to mention as well Like last week, I was gonna go into the town, and well, I wanted to go into town and get new trainers, and my boyfriend had like a few things to do on that day, and I was like, well, I want to go into town by myself, but because of this whole diabetes thing, dropping low in my sugars and making me feel like I'm going to take a fit, I'd be scared in case I went outside in the town by myself, and dropped to the ground. And I've always had this fear of people not helping me but mugging me instead, and that kind of freaks me out, just that thought. Um, so he, like my boyfriend, he was like, well, I'm too busy, and I was like, well, I'll go into town by myself, and he was like, fine, and I got to the front door, and I was using my excuse me for stuttering, I'm sorry. I was using my dog as an excuse, like he was outside in the garden, and I was like, Barney, come in, come in, and so and I was just, I swear to God, it was like fear, anxiety, and it was like building up really fast, and I was like, it was like my heart was telling me like, don't get on the bus, don't go into town by yourself, and like my mind was kind of saying the same thing, and I've never had fear or anxiety before, and I've never been afraid to go out by myself before, and I was on that day, and I don't know if this is going to be a start of anxiety and fear now because of this diabetes, because I've never been afraid ever to get on a bus or to go outside by myself. I literally came in crying, and my boyfriend had asked me, what are you crying for? And I feel ashamed of myself, I've never been, I feel like a pussy, a scaredy cat, if you will. I've never been scared to go outside in my life. The whole 31 years I've been alive, well, I wouldn't say 31 years because I couldn't go out as a baby, but you know what I mean. I haven't been afraid to go out by myself, and that day I did, and the thought of going out by myself now, like terrifies me. Like I won't even go to the shop now by myself, and that's just like 5-10 minutes along the road, so I won't even do that now. I can't say I won't cook for myself because I don't do that anyway. Like my boyfriend Donald, he cooks my meals and stuff like that now. I don't want to risk it of getting burned, scalded, anything. I don't want to risk it. But if any of you guys out there who, like I say, who are starting diabetes like me, or have just been diagnosed with diabetes like me, and have epilepsy at the same time, even if you don't have epilepsy, I just want to ask you guys, have you been experiencing fear and anxiety as well of going out alone since you've had the diabetes? If you have, you could leave your comments below, and I will check them out definitely, and I will reply to them if I can. So I think that's all I've got to say for today, you guys. I would just like to say it's an update on my insulin being dropped a little bit to see if it could be controlled. So I think that's all for today. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I will probably do either a video again at the end of this week or sometime next week, just to make up for my video not being up last week. I just need to think of something to do. Like I've got like mind block at the moment. It's like writer's block, but I've got video block, or YouTube block, if you will. So anyway, guys, I just want to say to you guys out there, I love you lots. Take care, and until my next video, stay beautiful.